Hi, so today I want to address a area that I am getting inquiries about around terms of trade and the important clauses to have in your terms of trade to make sure that you get paid. And I think COVID-19 has made a lot of business owners stop and reflect on the adequacy of their terms. And some people have had DIY terms, or they've had them made up by someone who maybe hasn't put enough thought into it, and they've been using them, and they either have found out or they're about to find out that those terms are not very robust. And so I want to cover off some of the real key parts to ensuring you have the best framework to get paid. And the starting point is have robust terms. Come back to what that looks like. Make sure they're signed and agreed to, because some people have the best terms but they are not signed, they're not agreed to, and when it comes to enforcement it's really hard. So make sure you have that agreement and they're signed. And so third thing is to have a really robust process. So have a process around having your term signed and having your accounts receivable delivered, and also the debtor management plan after that. So what process do you have to deal with your accounts receivable if they're overdue? How long do you wait before the policy dictates you must send it to an external agent or lawyer? Is it 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, or is it on an ad hoc basis? If the answer is ad hoc, you need to stop and you need to put in place an actual plan that you follow. Because the ad hoc process generally results in businesses getting delayed payments. You accept promises when you shouldn't. It can drag on for 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. It goes on for quite a period of time. So a policy and a plan will control that. Now, to swing back to the first point, which was have robust terms. From a debt recovery perspective, scope the service, price the service. They are the obvious ones. Make sure that you can recover your legal costs. So if you need to come and see me to recover this, we can add our costs on top of your invoice and not deduct it from your invoice. So you want to be able to recover our costs. That's a big one. Interest, if they don't pay for a year, you lost that money, you've lost opportunities, you might have finance costs, you're not a bank, so you want to be able to charge interest. So 12%, 14% is about reasonable for a business owner who has a default on their invoice. Make sure that's in there. And the big one, and I think this is going to be the one that makes the biggest impact post-COVID-19, and that is personal guarantees. I think there's going to be a tsunami of company failures. I think that there's going to be a lot of people that don't get paid in this process, and those with personal guarantees are significantly more likely to get paid than those without, because everyone doesn't have a PG. They're going to be a creditor in a company liquidation, and the chance of getting paid out of liquidations generally are pretty slim. So make sure you have a personal guarantee. If you don't, time to start including them, because you're putting your funds at risk when you're extending credit, and you want to mitigate that risk. So put in place those personal guarantees is the number one recommendation from me. Look, if you have any further questions around some of the strategies that we've talked about, happy to talk. Just drop them in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer those. Cheers.